I'm Banks.
I'm Josh.
Odd places going viral. Take it, Josh.
Banks, I'm not racist.
Okay.
What does that conjure up for you when I say that?
You're racist.
Yes. What?
When you say you're not racist, immediately I'm thinking you're racist. I don't know why. I mean, because
Really?
I'm racist. You know what I am? I'm racist to people who say they're not racist. No, I'm not.
So,
I'm not.
so that makes you think I'm racist by saying that.
Okay. We're in a situation in our lives in this country where we are reckoning with race. Yes, everybody is. White males like you and me, and all colors, shapes, sizes.
Yeah.
And the vernacular, the conversations that are coming out is that we have biased race, unbiased race. We have all these different types of racisms in us, and I agree. And we've talked about this just minutely about I'm racist. I don't know how racist can be good. Okay, here's the best way I can look at it. I'm racist because I feel when I'm around an African American and I do not know them, I give them the benefit of the doubt. I've never been a black person. I don't know what it's like to be in black skin. And when they are in this country of ours, and I can
And
just,
theirs.
yeah, and theirs, yeah, I can just imagine. I can't imagine. Maybe that's my bias to. I don't know what they're going through. I know they're black. They can't stop that. They can't change that. They're African American. I'm white. I can't probably change it. Maybe not. I don't know.
Right. And well, because I see this a lot on, social media. People, they'll say something. And here's here's the strange part about saying I'm not racist. It's usually preceded or postceded by a racist comment. I'm not racist, but da 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 da, right?
Yeah.
Or they do a diatribe about something, and then they say, "By the way, I'm not racist." And I just liken it. You know what I liken it to? Someone saying, "Trust me." Like if someone says, "Trust me," the last thing you should do is trust them. Sorry, it's like.
Why do you think when you said I'm not racist, I thought the first thing came to my mind is you're racist? I mean, or someone says to you, I mean what I say, and then they say something. There's no need to say I mean what I say. There's no need to say I'm not racist. You know what? Those are words and actions. If you're not racist, we will see it in actions.
Correct. Behavior, actions, words, thoughts, all of that. Or like when people say, to be honest. Well, to be honest, what do you mean? Are you lying the rest of the time? Like, now you're suddenly honest? I don't quite understand. Like,
yeah. Those are some. I don't like that. So how? Okay, so then how do we have this dialogue, social media dialogue on racism and people? I mean, actions have to show it. So what are the actions going on now? Protesting? When you're protesting, you're not racist?
No. I don't think that's it. So I'm studying. I'm still learning. I know basically nothing, but I'm on a journey to just listen to people, everybody, understand where they're coming from. Because I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I have ideas, but I think the first step is acknowledgement. That's the first for white people. I'm going to speak on behalf of all white people right now. The first step is acknowledgement. Acknowledge that we have had societal superiority, that we have had privilege that other people of color haven't had. Not to feel shame about it, not to feel guilty about it, but to acknowledge that this is how it's been for about 400 years. That's the first step. Because if you don't acknowledge that, nothing else matters. You're always going to have this hidden bias that says, well, I work just as hard as anyone else does for what I have. Well, no, not really. Someone else worked harder because their barrier was their skin. They had to work harder than you for the same thing.
Hmm. I I agree with you on acknowledging. AA, I'm not in AA. However, in AA, you have to acknowledge that you have a problem. You
Right.
know, if you don't acknowledge it, you're not going to get through the. I think that might be the first step. I ne- I'm. I mean, I never looked at racism that I was racist, okay, or that I was privileged.
Correct.
Again, growing up, I grew up poor. I grew up not poor. My mom always said we were rich with kids. She had 8 kids, so that's how she vouched for
Yes.
us. Our socioeconomic level there, we were poor. I mean, I never felt that because I'm white, I'm privileged. I never thought that. I don't even feel that
Right.
now.
Right.
So for me to acknowledge that I am privileged because of my skin, I see it now. I do see it now. I did not see it back then when I was growing up in my 20s, my 30s, my 40s, not until this basically erupted now. And then I realized, oh my gosh, yes.
And same thing here. It happened for me this year because privilege has a blind spot. I don't feel privileged. But when you look at the data, when you look at, again, systemic, when you look at it from a system standpoint, we are. And that acknowledgement is key because if you can acknowledge it, then you can empathize with people that aren't as privileged. And then you can also be open for change and you can understand why they're asking for change.
Okay. So with these protests that are happening now, they're finding moms, white moms. They're finding half the people protesting are white now, or it was at the beginning. I don't know the specifics. I do know that there are more white people getting moved by it. I know that my mother, who is a white woman, in her 80s, yeah, who is moved by it too.
Yeah.
If she could protest, she would. I think, um, which is a big deal. I mean, which I was like, wow.
So
Excuse
you're
me.
right, that's happening. But then there's also a bunch of white people that are digging in. They're getting very defensive. They're getting very, what I'll call butt banged, butt hurt over this discussion, even just discussing it. And that's where this I'm not racist comes from, right? They just right off the bat, I don't care what you say, I'm not racist. Like, and it's an immediate defensive position.
Okay, from what I hear from you, you're saying that all white people, all white people are racist. I don't want to assume that. Is
I
that what
don't,
you're saying?
I can make that argument. Uh,
All white people
it
in
would,
America are racist.
yeah. It wouldn't be a difficult argument to make, and it wouldn't be I wouldn't be the first one to make that argument. Jane Elliott, who's a very big advocate of uh, equality of justice, uh, she speaks out about racism a lot. She's made that argument.
She made that argument just to argue, or she made that
No,
argument
no,
because she
like she,
believes it.
no, she believes
Um,
it.
that
Again,
you know
only
that
because it's hidden. Only because
okay.
we're raised with it. It's in our education system. It's just how we're raised. We're not born racist, but we're raised in a white dominated privileged society, and it's just built into everything we do,
I
everything we
get it.
learn.
I think if somebody said to me, like you said to me, all white people in America are racist, that would be like, ooh, that would not rub me very well. I mean, I feel there are people, white people, who are not racist. Who, who? Okay, here you go. Ready? A white woman married to a black man. Is she, I can't see the racism there. A child coming from a black man and a white woman, is that child racist? I mean, let's say the child grows up. When there's the interracial mixing of marriages and children, maybe there's a different racism. Maybe you're too dark, or you're dark, not dark enough, or you're too light, or whatever.
I'll agree with you. The biology is different. But again, racism, especially systemic, it's in our mindsets. It's how we're brought up in it, how we're brought up to believe other people with different skin colors than us. And So I still think, I don't know. I saw someone make a point the other day that, um, you know, who else had black wives? Slave owners.
Yeah.
Slave owners also have black wives or black mistresses or biracial children. I can't be racist. I have a biracial children. Yeah, slave owners had that too. So again, it's more than just the biology of it. Just because I think it goes deeper than that. I think it's our psyche, it's our culture. This country was built on racism. You can't deny that. It's actually in the Constitution. It literally says a black person is worth 3/5 of a white person. That's it. Our country was built on racism.
Right. Right.
Right or wrong.
Back
It's just, that's a fact, right?
like
That should
240
not be up for debate.
years or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm Banks.
I'm Josh.
Odd Places Going Viral. Perfect.